Hello friends, Nihar from here, and today we are going to talk about in Elastic Block Store. There is two types of offer is available in the Elastic Block Store that AWS is provide to customer. That one is hard disk drive and another one is solid state drive. In the hard disk drive, the short form is HDD and the solid state drive is SSD. And what the feature of hard disk drive and what the extra feature you will be get in SSD and what the feature extra also get in HDD, that we will be talk in today video. Let's go to start it. So guys, this is the feature. First one is performance of input output per second. What the performance of input output per second in HDD and SSD. As per comparing the performance, let's look the transaction of any data load. Is the big data load, if you are going to talk about the big data load, that time here the transaction is very important. Whenever you are going to use the HDD, as per the transaction, performance of input output per second, it's very low in HDD. Whenever you are going to use SSD, means solid state drive, the performance of input output per second is very high when we are going to talking about the data loads in the transaction process. In the throw output, when we are going to about the big data load, the processing power is essential. On that time, HDD hard disk drive is high and also SSD is too quality and it's also be high. The great at large sequential input output operation, and when we are going to comparing with SSD, it's small random input output operation and sequential input output. Next one is recommend for large streaming or big data workload. It's recommending to use HDD for the large streaming and big data workload. As for the transaction case, you can be use SSD. The transaction workload is very good when you are going to use SSD. Then next, cost effectivity. If you are going to comparing the cost effectivity, HDD is low but SSD is high. When we are going to comparing the boot volumes, HDD is recommended. It's boot for the quality of boot volumes. You can be use HDD, but SSD is not recommended when you are going to use boot volumes. Then again, as per the performance input output per second, HDD low, but SSD is high. Throw output HDD high, and as equal then SSD also be high. Great at large sequential input output operation. Is large sequential like as a is the sequential ways one by one. It's the input operation is very high, but the small random input output, it's also randomly one by one, but it's very small operation and sequential input output. Recommend for large streaming and the big data workload. Whenever you are doing some large streaming and the big data workload, that time is recommended to use HDD. But as for the any transactional workload, you have to recommend to use SSD. As for the cost effectivity, HDD is low, but SSD is high. For boot volumes, we will be recommend to use HSD, but will not recommend to use SSD. For boot volumes, HSD is better than SSD. So guys, this is a compare video that's offer the Amazon AWS HDD versus the SSD. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe me and wait for the next video. Till then guys, bye bye.